Members of the terrorist organization were previously told by their leaders to stop using mobile phones, smartphones to avoid Israeli surveillance. They were handed pages instead. Army, tell me about how this attack occurred and what we know about it.
Yeah, well, nobody knows for certain yet, but obviously there are a number of theories, and I think those theories are probably true.
Mm.
Listen, one thing the Mossad is known for is ingenuity and creativity, right? That's really what it has. And they have a history of really interesting ways of getting at their enemies. For example, when they killed Mugniya, the Hezbollah leader, Iranian leader, they actually put explosives in his headrest in his car. Sounds easy, extremely complicated. When they killed the engineer, Hamas Ayash, who's called the engineer, who was a leader of creating these IEDs that plagued Israel, they were able to get explosives into his cell phone and use that. What seems to have happened here is that what we think they did was they put explosives into the pagers. Now, I spent time in southern Lebanon, in the Bekaa Valley, in Beirut, and I spent time with Hezbollah. And when I had to contact them, I couldn't call them on cell phones. They didn't have cell phones because they knew they were easily hacked. They were all using pagers. And because they thought that this analog system was harder to hack, and in fact it is. So what we think is Israel did was it didn't go digital, but went analog, found the manufacturer, which was in Taiwan, of these pagers, somehow infiltrated the supply chain, whether in Taiwan, the manufacturing facility, or en route to Lebanon, covertly were able to open up all of these thousands of pagers, put in plastic explosives, reseal them so they couldn't be seen and noticed as being tampered with, and then sat there for we don't know how long until they thought it was the right time to use them, and then remotely access the pagers to overheat, thereby triggering the explosives. That's what the going theory is. It is an incredible coup they were able to pull off. Kind of blows, use that pun with intent, for these Hezbollah fighters who are now going to see their 72 virgins, but frankly have their equipment blown off. So that kind of sucks for them. But by the way, I want to highlight one more thing about this issue. If we take this seriously for a moment, is that it also points out, just a couple of days ago, right before this, the Biden administration was pressuring Israel to stop escalating what's happening in Lebanon. Really, Israel has to stop escalating? Do I have to remind the president that Hezbollah has been bombing the north for almost a year on a daily basis? The bombing is so bad that Israel has had to evacuate the entire north of Israel has been evacuated because they can't live under those conditions. Yet Biden is lecturing Israel that it can't escalate this thing just a couple of days before this happened.